wanted to.
The orange car's coming out, and there's room for you guys on the orange.
All right. We were just looking to see you guys come out and say.
Yeah, you get to ride the other car now.
Yeah.
That is President Miller.
Hi, Chet. How are you?
We are rebuilding this car. And we're trying to get it done within the next year.
folks. Talk to Bob.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob, say hello to
Yeah, I will talk to her when I. Welcome to Talbot Park. My motorman Tom and I been here for. What, you've been here what? 25 years? 22. I've been here 30 years, but we.
write the date down when I started. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're not. You love doing that. I got him involved, but he's my boss now. So I don't know how that happened, but it happened.
You weren't looking one day.
Life got in the way, I guess. Okay, we're here at Talbot Park. Talbot Park is a unique thing for us. The Talbot family was nice enough to give us about 10 to 15 acres of land out here, so we were able to put this loop in to turn cars around. Imagine coming up the line and stopping at the top of the hill, switching ends. Okay, Tom would take his controls, put the pole up, I would take the pole down, make you guys stand up, swap the seats over, and head back down in the opposite direction. This is a two-ended car. We have a lot of cars that are one-ended cars, meaning you can only motor from one end. So having a loop gives us a lot more cars we can bring up here and just go around the loop and head back down the hill properly. Okay? When you walk through some of our barns, you're going to see a beautiful golden chariot from Montreal, Montreal number 2. It's an observation car. It has seats that are like at a stadium. Try to bring that one up the hill. We have to use hand signals. I'd be giving Tom all these hand signals to go backwards down the hill because he can't see what's in front of us going down the hill because he's motoring from the front end and we're going down backwards. So having a loop gives us this area to turn around cars that are one-ended. The other thing is, back in the late 1800s and the early 1900s, there were companies that owned the trolleys that had to make money 7 days a week. Going to school, people going to work, Monday through Friday, no problem with the revenue. Saturday it dropped off a little because only people going to work were paying their nickel fares. Sundays, what happened on Sundays? People went to church, went to grandma's house, had supper. But trolley companies still had to pay Tom, pay me, pay for electricity, still had to run cars on Sunday. They had to come up with a way to earn revenue on Sundays. So they figured, why don't we run a line out in the middle of nowhere? Well, that's where we are. We're in the middle of nowhere. Okay? They ran cars out, put a picnic grove out, a gazebo or a little building, and said, come on and ride on a Sunday, have your picnic at the end of the line. We'll bring you out, we'll bring you back. Well, they were starting to bring up their fares on Sundays. Well, somewhere down the line, little Johnny said, Mom, I've done that already 4 times this month. I don't want to go back out. So the trolley companies had to come up with more ideas of how to bring revenue. So they found people that had amusements, like a Ferris wheel or a merry-go-round. Okay? Those items ran off of the same power we run here, 600 DC, direct current. Their motors are the same size motors, same type of motors that we run these cars with. So they came up with that idea, you come out and rent the spot at the end of the line, set up your merry-go-round. We'll bring all the people out to you. You can earn your nickel, let them ride, and they got their revenue. They rented the space from us. We gave them the electricity and the people to ride their rides. And then another company with another piece of equipment came out, did the same thing, and then we ended up with trolley parks. Trolley parks, back then, we had over 2,000 of them made by trolley companies. Now there's only 12 in existence that are still known to be what used to be a trolley park They're now amusement parks, but they were started by a trolley company. Okay. Anybody from the area of Springfield, Massachusetts? Okay, you got Riverside Park. It's not built by a trolley company, but trolleys brought people down there. Mountain Park in Holyoke, Massachusetts, was built by a trolley company and brought people.
Roller coaster at Mountain Park.
Yeah, better roller coaster at Mountain Park than Riverside. Yes, there was. Until they took it down.
He keeps telling me.
I always thought so. So anybody have any questions? Okay, we have another car out here. We have to get permission to go down the, yes, sir.
One question, I overheard you, Roosevelt?
Yep.
Roosevelt, where's that car?
That's in the shop being repaired. They completely ripped it down and they're rebuilding it from scratch. It's used to be on display, but we're not allowed to let people into the shop anymore because of this culvert.
Hopefully next year.
Hopefully next year. But we are raising money. We want to have it back up and running in what, 2 years? Is that the plan?
Yeah, that's the hope.
That's the hope. But it takes a lot of money and volunteers to work on that. Yes, sir.
Why did the cities force the trolley companies to run 7 days? Why was the charter? Why did they have to do it all every day of the week?
These all were owned by businessmen. These were not owned by the city. They weren't owned by government. They weren't owned. These were people that were told they could have their trolleys, but they have to run 7 days a week.
So they squeeze the nickel out.
Yeah. Any other questions? Yes.
Are these ads, are they original or they just copies?
These ads are proper for the time period.
Okay.
They are lithograms that we had made up. The original ones are all in our library. So because at one time back in the old days, probably before Tom, we had a lot of these out here, and they were disappearing because people would collect them and steal them. So now we only put lithograms out. So if they disappear, they're not really worth.
A lot of the originals we got were damaged also, so we had to figure out what was missing and recreate them.
So, any other questions?
They're very faded. We put them inside the car encased in, they're laminated. We figure between being inside and being laminated, they'd last a lot longer. And as far as getting wet, yeah, they're not falling apart, but they're still faded. The colors aren't.
Makes it looks more real because this is old. So.
Yep, this is
If it's
100.
brand new, it's gonna be odd.
A few years ago, right above this gentleman, there's a sign there for Stony Creek Liquor Store in New Haven, and it's got the phone number on it. So if somebody said cell phones, right? No more long distance. They had to figure out the area code, but what the heck? They dialed up the number. Hello, Stony Creek Liquors, can I help you? All right, we'd like to put an order for free delivery, please. We don't deliver. It says in your ad right here, you got free delivery. Sir, we don't have delivery. They finally owned up to the fact they were looking at a 1905 ad. Do you have any questions that Bob can answer that I could? Everyone having fun?
We have permission to go back down the hill.
Everybody seated? Excellent. No, it's a little faster. They're going back home.
Please keep your hands inside as we
We're going
move.
over there?
The air conditioner will be on in about
That's worse for
2 minutes.
700 or 800 ties replaced.
Straight up. We're going home, we're going in the night.
Now we're moving, it's going to jump off. Got a screwdriver.
Is that Morrison?
13.
We started with 10, we have 13. Visitor Center South Switch. At this time, you have two choices. You can go back to the Visitor Center with us, or you can get off, walk through our barns. We have Riverside here with there's 12 displays. Go around the corner to Highwood. You can see our mother car, number 31. She's in the Highwood barn down the road a little bit. But everything can be reached from by just staying on the roads if you go back to the Visitor Center. Your choice if you want to get off here or...
We ask that you do not get on the cars, please, because of COVID.
Yeah.
Last year you could get on all the open cars. This year it's a different world. Hopefully next year it'll go back to the old world.
And thank you for riding Connecticut Car 303.